To make a long story short, thousands of years ago, when our founders came to America, they sat down for a dinner with the Pilgrims, and that was called the First Dinner. Here, they all thanked each other for being there, and they enjoyed each other's company. But it wasn't until Sarah Joseph Hale, the writer of the children's song Mary Had a Little Lamb, even Pilgrim Hall, a museum in Plymouth, Mass, preserving and passing down the history of stories of the Pilgrims, calls Hale the godmother of Thanksgiving. She was a poet and a writer when she first started a few years ago in 1837, writing a series of editorials advocating for a national Thanksgiving holiday. George Washington, John Adams, and James Madison had issued Thanksgiving proclamations in the early years of the nation, but after Madison's 1799 proclamation, the practice ceased. As the Civil War came closer, Hale wanted to do something that could bridge the divide that people had and instead be thankful for one another. So, on September 28th, 1863, at the height of the war, she wrote a letter to President Abraham Lincoln, entreating him to a call for a national celebration of Thanksgiving. On October 3rd, he did so. In her writings, Hale emphasized our togetherness as Americans, our need for community, and our dependence on God, all things that we forget in our observances. In 1860, Hale wrote, "Everything that contributes to bind us together in one vast empire together, to quicken the sympathy that makes us feel from the icy north to the sunny south. We are one family, each a member of a great and free nation. Not merely the unit of a remote locality is worthy of being cherished. We have sought to reawaken and increase this sympathy, believing the fine filaments of the effectors are stronger than the laws that keep the union of the states sacred in our hearts of the people. We believe our Thanksgiving Day, if fixed and perpetrated, will be a great and sanctifying promoter of this national spirit." In other words, Thanksgiving is a day where we can remember and emphasize what brings us together, rather than dividing us. The stories that we all read about Thanksgiving, you know, the ones about the Mayflower, the Pilgrims, St. Trudeau, Messeret, Priscilla, Eldon, Miles Standish, and William Brewster, came from William Brentford's of Plymouth Plantation. In 1837, Hale wrote that Thanksgiving, quote, "is a festival which will never become obsolete, for it cherishes the best affections of the heart, the social and domestic ties. It calls for together the despaired members of the family circle, and brings plenty of joy and gladness to the dwellings of the poor and lonely." Some people announce on Thanksgiving that they are thankful for America, as one of the things that they are thankful for, and that I would do also. But Thanksgiving isn't a day that we thank our country. It instead is on the 4th of July. Hale wrote, "The 4th of July is the exponent of independence and civil freedom. Thanksgiving Day is a national pledge of Christian faith in God, acknowledging Him as the dispenser of blessings. These two festivals should be joyfully, universally observed throughout our whole country, and thus incorporated in our habits of thought as inseparable from American life. Many people forget that God is really real, and they are all shown the answer to their problems, but they refuse to pray. Many people across the nation used to pray every single day before dinner. Good luck finding a family now that says grace. It's sad but true. So you may be thinking how this holiday came to be a national holiday. And well, I'll tell you. President Lincoln issued his Thanksgiving proclamation in 1863. He issued it only for that year though. He issued another proclamation in 1864, and every president since has maintained this practice. In 1871, Hale began advocating for Congress to institute Thanksgiving as an annual national holiday, although it was not until 1941 when President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed into law a bill setting the fourth Thursday of November as an official United States holiday that Hale's 1871 vision was complete. Quote, "As things now stand, our Thanksgiving is exposed to the chances of time. Unless the president or the governor of the state in the office happens to see fit, no day is appointed for its observance. This a state that things which calls for instant remedy. Should not our festival be assured to us by law, we hope to see, before many months have elapsed, perhaps before our next Thanksgiving, the passage of an act by Congress appointing the last Thursday in November as a pivotal holiday, wherein the whole nation may unite in praise to Almighty God for His bounty in love, in rejoicing over the blessings of the year, in the union of families and acts of charity and kindness to the poor." With that being said, happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and God bless all of you.